Alright, what's up and welcome to the channel. My name is Heckshot. Thank you for joining me for my final thoughts on the Call of Duty Vanguard alpha that we just finished up with over the weekend. Today I want to tell you what I like and what I don't like about this alpha so far and my thoughts on Vanguard at this moment in time. If this is your first time joining me, man, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that little button down below. Subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Really helps me out. I'd love to have you join our community here and hit your notifications. Like and share the video if you do, and leave me a comment down below what your initial thoughts on Vanguard are at this moment. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the gunplay. This was one of my biggest worries going into this. We're dealing with World War II guns, less accurate, less ammo, generally speaking, and not as accurate. That was the biggest thing I was concerned with, and so far, man, my worries are kind of gone. I use the STG-44 a lot. I use the MP40 a good bit. I use the BAR a little bit. And these guns seem to be pretty dang solid, man. I could definitely see myself lasering people in Warzone at distance with these types of guns. So really, I like the guns. The sound mechanics on them are a little bit weak. I think they need to be bumped up, a little bit more dynamic feeling with the guns. But overall, I think we're going to have a great selection of guns to start out with, and I don't think there's going to be any kind of issue with the guns in Vanguard, and specifically in Warzone. I say Warzone because in multiplayer and in Champion Hill, like we saw, you have relatively short distances, not as big of a deal, but when you're talking about 60, 70 meters, 80 meters, and beyond in Warzone, especially with a map that's going to be bigger in Vanguard, you need to have really accurate guns, and yes, they're going to bend the rules with the optics and stuff like that for the period, but that's okay as long as the game is fun, okay? So that's where I stand on that. The guns are actually really good, so I'm excited about that. What about Champion Hill and that mode specifically? I see there's people that hate it. I see there's people that love it. Me, personally, I think it's awesome. I think it's a great addition. I love the battle tier system and, you know, the competitive mode of it. Kind of adds back that competitive feeling of multiplayer in Call of Duty. I really thought it was great, man. I like the mode, and I like that you can upgrade your weapons. I like that you can buy stuff in these intermission rounds. I thought it was actually really well done. The mode is something, obviously, that they can add to, I would think, pretty regularly with as small as the maps are. I like that you can kind of overwatch some of the maps. It's almost like a gulag in a way. So you have some of those Warzone effects. You have some of those Warzone elements, I should say. Upgrading weapons, buying your spy planes, your body armor, and getting your cash and looting and things like that. So there are some of those elements there. I really like Champion Hill. I think what they've done with that so far is actually really good. Let's talk about the gameplay mechanics, and yes, it does feel very Modern Warfare to me. I was watching a video earlier where they were talking about the time to kill. It's somewhere in between Modern Warfare and in between Cold War, somewhere in there. So I felt like time to kill was pretty decent. It feels pretty quick, but I didn't think it was too out of line at all. The tracking through the walls and being able to see, you know, names through the walls and stuff, that I'm sure they'll get that fixed in no time. The mechanics felt good. They felt smooth. I like Modern Warfare 2019. I thought it was a pretty fun game. And I personally like the mechanics and what they've added, man. The slide canceling, the mounting. People don't overuse mounting, so I see it as pretty much a non-issue. I think, you know, I'm personally glad that it's back. My son had heard something about blind firing. Maybe that effect will be added in. Not too sure how I feel about that. I didn't see any of that in this game. But overall, the mechanics feel solid. They feel like Call of Duty, and they feel like Modern Warfare in a World War II setting, which is, to me, not a bad thing. The destructive elements, I thought this was kind of a cool thing, although I thought it was really weird how in one map specifically in Champion Hill, as soon as the map starts, you can get laser beamed right off the get-go. I thought that was terrible. And you have destructive elements, bullets go right through it. I think I got shot with a freaking Car 98 right off the rip, and people are just firing bullets straight down. As soon as the map opens, they'll have to fix that, and I'm sure they will. But the destructive elements in and of themselves, I actually like. I thought it was cool. It adds something a little different to it. It makes camping a little less enjoyable. It makes it a little less prominent. You know that you have cover that can easily be destroyed This may fix a good part of the camping issue, especially in the war zone. So I'm actually looking forward to how we can, as a community, kind of open this thing up a little bit and make the campers kind of fear us in war zone. So I actually like the destructive elements, but I like Battlefield 2, and I like a lot of those realistic type effects. I think they just add something to it. I'm also a fan of the fact that they already gave us an update with the game and some of the concerns that we had, like the tracking and the contrast in the game and things like that. They've already given us a inclination that they are going to care. Now, is it a bait and switch? Will they change? We have no idea. But I do like the fact that they are already in tune with some of the complaints and things that we brought up in the alpha. So I'm very thankful for that as well. A couple of things that I would like to see them fix. Obviously, the contrast, obviously, the tracking. Footsteps need to be increased a little bit. It's going to be a freaking swarm zone if you don't. You have to increase the footsteps. It kind of makes me realize how important those footsteps are, especially in something like Warzone. So they definitely have to do that. And they got to make the guns a little bit more dynamic than what I seen initially. But I do like how you can quickly upgrade those as you get more money in Champion Hill altogether. So we only seen a small part. I played for a couple hours in it. So far, I like it, man. I'm a World War II person, man. So I would be a little bit more hesitant to say I like the game if I didn't know that we're going to get the Pacific Theater and the North African theater and the Western and Eastern Front and things like this. So there's going to be some things to break up the monotony of previous Call of Duty World War II games that I'm excited to explore. So those are my thoughts so far on the Vanguard Alpha. I would love to hear what you think down below. And again, if you want to join our awesome community here, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.